Hello friends, Heather here, and the other day I had someone send me a conversation through Etsy asking if I would make them some snowman Christmas ornaments using my Snowman Digital Collage Sheet. Now, normally I'm really busy and I don't have time to make things and then sell them. So I usually just do things and give them to my mother, and I do a blog post about them, and then she gives them to her friends. So it works out really nice. But my youngest son happens to be away in another state doing something for school for a program that he is in. And my other son and my husband went to the movies. So I thought, all right, I'll go ahead and I'll attempt to make some little snowman ornaments. So what I've done is I have copied out the first page, I believe it is, of my collage sheet set that you can get from my Etsy shop of the snowmen, so that I have 12 snowmen and they're all the same size. The second sheet has smaller ones, so I wanted this size because I thought it'd just be a good size. Now I did go ahead and attempt one already, and I had cut it out and I had used a scrap paper on the back, but what I found out was that it was just, I had already done just like one piece, and I thought, oh, you know, I think it really needs to have 3 layers of cardstock in order to be firm enough. So then I went ahead and I put on another piece, but I thought I'll show you how I do that. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to just take one of my snowmen, this one will be a pink one, and I'm going to take a piece of plain cardstock here. And I am going to use some, you can just use glue or decoupage medium, which is what I have here. No specific brand, just whatever kind you want. And I am going to make sure I have this covering up my whole piece here. Just, you want to make sure you have it to the edges of the snowman so that when you put it on the other piece of paper, it's going to stick really good. And then when you cut your edges, it'll still all be nice and stuck. Alright, so I have this pretty much covered. And I'm just gonna stick it here kind of close to the top. Give it a good smoosh down here. And I believe that this is actually like a gloss medium one, and I am just using it though to put my layers together. And I'm gonna just cut this out real quick. And what you could do is you could just go ahead and glue your sheet of paper to the back of your other piece that you're gonna actually use. But I didn't want to do that. If I was gonna be, you know, if I really wanted to, I could have done that, but I just decided not to do that. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. I'm gonna make sure I get enough glue on here. And I'm just using an old brush from my tool painting days. I used to do a lot of painting, and then, well, I just didn't really have time to do it anymore. So every now and then I get my stuff out and I paint, but I'm gonna say it's been a couple years, so maybe at Christmas time I'll do some painting for presents. Okay, get this out of the way, and I'm going to use this pink. Put my little snowman on here. And give it a good mash down. Might actually even flip it over. Alrighty. And the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to just use my scissors to cut around the actual edge of the snowman. I'm going to bring this up here so you see the layers. It's kind of bright, but I think you can see that I've got a couple layers of paper here. So maybe at the bottom's better. Maybe not, because it's all white. Too much light coming in. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that out, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've finished cutting out all of my snowmen. So just a real quick recap. I have the Snowman Digital Collage Sheet on the top, a piece of plain cardstock in the center, and then I used one of my digital papers that coordinate with my collage sheets on the back of all my snowmen. So here's the fronts, and then here are the backs. So each one can be slightly different. And I'm really happy with how they turned out, and I love how the digital papers look on the back. So I did distress all my edges with Ranger's frayed burlap distressing and a distressing tool. And then I just wanted to show you really quick also, you'll notice how on like these two, they had this little tree, my two snowmen with a little tree, and this one has a little area of white that I just kind of left there. I wanted to zoom in. And in order to make it look a little bit less white behind the trees, I used a craft tool, just my little craft knife, to take out some of the pieces here. So I am just gonna really quick show you how I did that by just cutting a little like triangle piece out. And I just did that on each little area. So now you see it looks a little bit more like a tree branch sticking out. I'm just going to take my tool with the distressing and distress it, and now it just kind of gets lost in the edges there. Let's see if it'll zoom in. There we go. So now it looks a little bit more like a tree. Just the tree and not so much of the white. So here we go. And then I'm going to use my crocodile, and I'm using the smaller size hole to punch holes for my hanging tool, little hangers, which will be the baker's twine. So I like to make sure that I got enough space here at the top and at the bottom that my hanger is gonna not like break through the end of my ornament. And I like to give my piece a little twist to make sure that everything is out. And there we have it. All right, and Teddy asked just to have little red ribbon hangers, and I have this really cute baker's twine, so I thought I would just go ahead and tie one up real quick as a hanger. So let's do that. And I'm not sure how long she's gonna want them. So let's see. Just kind of poke this through. And then do a little nut. And call that done. Super cute. Yeah, I would like to add glitter to them. That would make them look even better. And just to show you, I have a tag here that I've done with one of my snowmen in the blue. And so all you'd have to do to dress these up a little bit would be to add some green glitter to your tree, pink on the scarves, and then like a creamy color around the edges of the snowman. And you would just do the same thing. You just would do some green here, maybe a little red and white on the candy cane, since it doesn't have a tree, and then do the green on the scarves. And then the blue, you would just do like a teal color on your scarf and hat, and then a green, just like this one here. And the colors I used are like fauna around the edges, which is number 208. And I would probably use, let's see, kind of like that pink Cadillac 174 for my pink ones. Otherwise, I have this lighter color pink, which you can see right there, which is number 162, Just Peachy, and I really like that one too. It goes well. And then for the teal, I have watercolor number 272. So if you wanted, those would be great colors. All right, I hope you enjoyed my super easy tutorial on some really easy ornaments that you can make for your Christmas tree. And if you have any questions or any ideas of something else you would like to see, just send me an email. Thanks. Bye.